Welcome to our live discussion, the Itty Bitty Nerdy Committee. I'm Beastie Boy.
I'm Table.
I'm Red.
And it is I, Shino Brando.
And we'll be discussing recent news from across the multiverse, live from video games, anime, comics, and more. And stick around after the news to hear us discuss a newly released comic of the week. But I shall kick us off with some fresh hot news that was displayed for today. Starting off with, you like some Ip-Man or Donnie Yen? Do you also like some?
You fucking know we do.
Do you also like some Keanu Reeves in John Wick?
You fucking know we do.
Well, literally just as today, as of I think around noon, or I think something like that for our side, it was announced that Donnie Yen is going to be added to the casting for John Wick 4. Yes,
I like this.
I like it too.
Cool.
Yes, I like this movie series, the franchise itself, and I love it. I love the fact that he's joining it. It's amazing. But nonetheless, he'll be, from quoting of quote from Deadline, Yen will be playing an old friend of Reeves, super assassin John Wick character, who shares his same history and many of the same enemies. So
John needs more friends. That's
Honestly.
good.
Yeah, of course. Right? I mean, he has friends everywhere in certain
Most of
places.
whom are trying to kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
The one friend he had told him fuck off and don't come back, and her name is Holly Berry in that one, man. She's like, don't come back here again.
And any
Yeah.
four-legged friend they give him already dies already.
Not true. One of them is fine, and we
Yeah,
appreciate that dog.
Yep.
Stay tuned for the sequel.
Watch John Wick 3.
But honestly, I'd be excited to get another character who actually gets characterization, because John Wick does a lot of things. Characterizing characters isn't one of them. It does much. It doesn't need to. It does the world building. It gives you enough information to kind of guess what they're going to do currently. But like anything else, nah, it doesn't care. So it'll be nice for both, the chance to find out more about John's past, but also just to have another character that we're gonna know stuff about.
Exactly. And like we've already seen, as mentioned already, Halle Berry's character involved in the third one, and then Ruby Rose's character in the second one. So,
yes, Ares.
Exactly. Yeah. So we get, it will be interesting to see like another, I guess, titular actor or actress, join this series and see what involvement they'll be part of and how exactly they'll be part of the storyline that's ever growing that we're seeing. So it'll be some interesting stuff.
Hey, fun fact. Donnie Yen was already part of a Marvel project way before. Do you know which one?
Rogue One? No, I'm just kidding.
Before Rogue One.
No.
Before Rogue One?
Marvel?
Yeah, way before Rogue One. That's a Star Wars thing. Using a Marvel.
It might be not hitting my brain right now, but go for it.
Was it Blade?
He was in Blade. Yeah, he was in Blade 2.
Oh fuck.
Who was he playing?
He was the Asian vampire dude whose name was Snowman. He didn't talk much.
That feels racist. I'm so sorry.
Listen, I'm no expert either, but that feels a little racist somewhere, somehow, but I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
That's rude. But hey, at least he's here.
He was there, and that's what we appreciate.
Exactly. And obviously it'll be interesting to see honestly it'll be cool to see Keanu Reeves like combative skills like with like gunfighting and all that stuff, and then just Donnie Yen's like natural
Great martial arts. Yeah.
Exactly. So it'll be interesting to see the two. Go ahead.
Another fun fact: Keanu Reeves he's actually really good at martial arts to the point where like full-fledged martial artists they praise his skills. They're like he's actually really good at this. So he will probably do his own choreographed fights in that movie with Donnie Yen, because he's like Keanu Reeves is actually on that kind of caliber, which is fucked up.
Oh, I didn't know he was that high up. I knew he was like
he's actually that good. It's terrifying.
Yeah, he's actually that good.
Okay. No, I'm excited more. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Shit. Gonna have to get a diaper for how wet I will be. No, I'm joking.
Gross.
Take that back.
Put that back.
Since the days of Matrix, like the
from,
first Matrix. From the days of the first Matrix, I don't think he's ever let up from it. So he's really good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm now very just curious on what like martial arts he's learned then.
There was a There was a movie, like a low budget,
Mm,
that he did. It stars some of the martial artists from the movie The Raid, I
okay.
believe, and he plays the villain in that movie, and he fucking gives them a run for his money. Like he's really good at it, man. He gives them an honest run for their money. He's fucking good.
Damn,
So
dude.
yeah,
Shit. Okay, you're gonna have to send me the link or the fight scene.
I'll have to find it again, man. It was on a list I saw not too long ago. I was like, I didn't even know he was in that movie.
Mm,
Because I was looking at some martial art movies, and I was like, huh, what the hell is this? And it had a bunch of guys from like The Raid and all that, and I was like, Keanu Reeves, what the fuck are you doing in here? And he's this badass
I got
villain dude.
Keanu? Like,
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit! And he's just like whipping the ass. I'm like, oh my god, okay.
damn.
You can also look up a bunch of stuff. I think it's probably on DVDs, behind the scenes crap, but
Mm,
it's about the training Keanu Reeves did for the first John Wick and
Mhm.
at subsequent stuff he's worked on, and the dude just puts in a lot of effort,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
for good reason, because one of the things that's like characteristic of the series is those incredibly long shots for the fights, where it's just one
Mhm.
continuous camera angle, which
Mhm.
means
Mhm.
there is no time for it to be anyone other than Keanu Reeves.
Keanu
That
Reeves,
actually
exactly.
just has to be him.
Yeah. But it shows
No
like
quick edits
true
or stunt
testament.
doubles.
Yeah, it shows true
Mhm.
testament of like how his abilities are of like adapting
Oh, for
to
sure.
choreography and also like just how to flow with the camera work and all that stuff. So
Oh yeah, right on, right
it's,
on.
it's pretty interesting. I like that. But yeah. And then next piece of news that I got real quick is a
Mhm.
quick snippet of Shazam's outfit or per se new suit. So it was literally just the one image that we got, but the director David F. Sandberg had dropped a quick image of the new suit portrayed on right now, and it honestly looks a bit better than the original one.
It
Prepare
looks
for
fine, but I
new
don't
action
like it as
figures.
much.
No, not
Sorry?
It's true.
It
Taylor,
looks fine. I just don't like it as much. I think in part because I actually really liked the light up chest piece. That was
Mm.
fucking cool. Um,
Mhm.
the texture of the material is neat, and they put a lot of effort into that. And I might like it more when they put a cape on it. I'm just like,
The cape's gonna be
Yeah.
CGI.
oh, you're right. But like, it just, I don't know. It looks like he should be going
Regrettably.
swimming or something and hanging out with Aquaman.
Yeah, it looks very CW.
Oh, man.
Time for a new action figure.
Hey yo,
Right.
but
And
Toys.
someone go ahead.
okay, so David S. Sandberg dropped the a teaser trailer
Mhm.
for this new suit on Twitter, and
Mm-hmm.
it's all in dark and all in shadow. And this
Mm.
just so happens to be a little press pic that someone managed to capture.
Hmm.
Okay. But yeah, it
Yeah.
honestly, I think with the lightning bolt situation, like I think they'll probably CGI that too. It seems like because obviously, like the first suit was more suited to, I guess, emulate the lighting, natural lighting setup, I guess, with the suit. But probably
That's
they'll play around
fair.
with it. Mm-hmm.
It was probably
I don't know.
hard in post production though, because you've got a big light source, and then everything that interacts with it has to be lit a little bit.
Mm,
Yeah, it's actually, it would be a massive lighting engine to pull that one off, but
they have the money, like
that's their job.
right.
I mean, yeah, but a lot of it's going to Zachary Levi for him showing up on set.
But they had the money. The money's there.
I'm still trying to find like my mind is trying to like wrap around how this man is gonna face The Rock at some point.
I think it's gonna be fucking hilarious because you simply cannot measure up size wise.
Like it's so because I mean like Shazam is technically like in the book he's a big ass dude too. So I mean like when you stack him against Black Adam, it's just like it's just fighting evil Shazam. But here, it's like it's literally it's Chuck versus The Rock.
Bars.
It really is, but like we got to get through a whole Black Adam movie first before we even
Yeah.
think about those two like attempting the microbes of that being the
I
case.
suppose, man. I just can't see it. Like, dude,
Henry
the
Cavill
Rock is.
Superman and this dude
Yeah.
actually haven't been on screen together yet. So like,
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, and when you look at Cavill, he's a big dude too. But I mean, it's the Rock, man. Like the guy.
Is a different level of big dude.
Yeah. So like, I don't know how that's gonna look on screen, but I can't wrap my head around seeing like that size of Shazam beating like that size of like Black Adam. know what I mean?
No. Black Adam wipes the floor with Cavill and Levi 6 ways from Sunday.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry, he's from a different country. It should be 6 ways from Sahara.
There you go. 6 ways from Kandak.
There you go.
Nice. But yeah, that brings all of my news. But I do have a piece of media for our in celebration of our Pride Month. So the film I have brought is Moonlight. Da, 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 da. Has anyone seen? Sorry, I don't know why I did that. But has anyone seen this film by chance?
I have not seen it yet, but I've seen the reviews and I've seen a lot of things like videos and such about it.
I watched it win an Academy Award.
It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Go on.
Table hit it on the head with the nail in its proper facts. But yeah, this movie came out in 2016. This honestly, like I kind of stumbled upon it because my film friend had told me about the movie that was coming out, and I was like, okay, like I'll give it a chance and see what it's about. Like I had no idea what it was. It was like obviously I think at a time an indie, I think it is an indie film or so. But the casting, let alone the story, was a unique like choice because you have characters like actors and actresses like I'm gonna butcher his name all the time, but Mahershala Ali.
You got it.
Our recent Blade actor.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay, I felt like I butchered it, and I was like, oh god.
Nope, you got it.
Naomi Harris. And next, Trevante Rhodes, which is the older version of the main character that you'll see, and as well Janelle Monáe and some other like some titular characters here and there as well too, but also like brand new actors that were brought into the movie. But Moonlight
Janelle Monáe is actually a queer person to themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they are.
Yes. So yes, but yeah, this whole film is legit like an amazing masterpiece of growing in basically the suburbs or the hood of I can't remember if it was like Chicago or something like that. I'm gonna butcher the scenery, but it basically traverses through the aging of the main character, from when he was like in basically elementary school to the junior high school area, and then when he's an adult. But it's him like going through the ages of that, of like dealing with his everyday life, but also finding himself, and trying to identify who he was as
understanding his own sexuality through his own life.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not quite a coming of age film, but it hits some of the same beats here and there. But it's also just way better than most coming of age movies you'll watch.
It's true.
Yes, but yeah. So no, this film was like very interesting, and like, oh man, just the film work and like the portrayal of like the different actors playing the same character over the times was like a very interesting portrayal. So it's a good film. It's like I can't remember if it's like an hour 45 or something, but it won awards over La La Land, I believe, at the time.
Sure fucking did.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure. So I think it's part of the infamous, like, when the award for it was announced, it actually
the person actually didn't read it and assumed it was La La Land, and it wasn't. Yeah.
And they went stop, and then it's Moonlight.
Warren Beatty the idiot.
So yeah, there was that big kerfuffle all about in the 2016 point or 2017, depending on when the awards was. But yeah, honestly, like watching this, literally just like it's beautiful from start to like finish. So like if this is something that you may interest you, and it's mostly a person of color cast, mainly a black cast too. This is something that I feel like you should check out if you're interested in this. But
yeah, well, it's a huge issue, right? That huge portions of the queer community who are very active in terms of rights movements, organization, and other community events are in some way people of color. But historically speaking, they have not been super well represented in queer media because in part there hasn't been a lot of queer media historically to
Mhm.
represent them in. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you know, they're a huge part of why it's okay to be gay these days. And it'd actually be nice to see queer stories of the people who helped with that,
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
rather than focus
and
on the white twinks.
facts. And listen, we would not have the pride or the parades that many people participate in across the years without a black, gay, trans woman named Marsha P. Johnson. So excluding black queers from an on-screen experience,
Correct.
Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And this
Yeah.
isn't just, you know, representation. This is actually just really good media. So well done to Moonlight.
Exactly.
heck yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Check it out when you can. I don't know who has rights of it to stream it.
It was last seen on Netflix. I'll tell you that much. But
Oh, okay.
Nice.
But yeah, that is what I brought today.
right on.
Yeah.
What's next?
I'm going to start us off with a really fucking weird indie movie that's being released tomorrow. So, technically speaking, it first aired in a film fest, like back in 2020, October, the Sitges Film Festival. And most of its production, or most of its filming was back in 2018, but it's only being released in select theaters, DVD, Blu-ray, and some on-demand services tomorrow. It's weird. So, are you guys familiar with Memento?
Nope, we got to stretch.
Yeah, C.
I am,
Leonardo
very much.
redeemed a stretch, so let's do that and then continue on.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, let me just crack every joint in my body.
Yeah.
And
here we go. Oh.
are you guys familiar with Memento and also that movie Bliss that came out last year?
I'm more familiar with Memento than I am Bliss.
Good, Bliss wasn't
Not-
very good.
Oh. Shit.
So
I
this
don't think
is-
I'm familiar with either one, so go ahead.
This is kind of a weird combination of both. Bliss is like a experience the drugs kind of movie, and Memento was like a memory problems TM mystery movie. It was Memento actually super great. It's a super great way to represent anterograde amnesia, which is a real thing, though not
Classic
super
Nolan.
common.
Classic Nolan movie as well.
Sure fucking is. The principle being this guy can no longer form new memories, so he has like 15 minutes at all times before he immediately forgets what he's doing and what's going on. And so he constantly has to, like, based on what was just happening, reassess what's going on. And the movie as such sort of plays itself sort of in reverse.
Yes,
Where-
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, where we're following along with the same amount of information as he has, gaining more and more as we go. So we understand the actions he made previously based on the way the world was shaped prior. But anyway, the point being, this movie was initially titled The Education of Frederick Fitzel, but it's been retitled Flashback because that's just catchier. And it's weird. The principle is that, like, the basic premise is that Dylan O'Brien's character, Fred, in his teens did this drug Mercury with his friends, and either we are in the present day where he's an adult and he's just getting all these weird flashbacks to his youth and childhood and being a teenager, or he's a teenager getting like visions of the future and also flashbacks to his childhood based on the effects of the drug. And it sort of tries to have a message about, like, you know, the subjectivity of experience and reality, but it also kind of turns into a manic pixie dream girl hunt for the chick on the front. And you know how we feel about manic pixie dream girls in this house. Bad.
No one, no one really complains, but at the same time, but I mean, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
There's
a
just not an
few that
interesting plot device.
is true.
Like, the only manic pixie dream girl that's allowed here is Ramona Flowers.
Yeah, I mean, she says she fits the standard.
10-4.
Exactly. So, it's weird. It's a weird film. Apparently, some of the effects are decent, and if you're into artsy shit, you might have fun. but it exists. Dylan
Okay.
O'Brien's in it. I recently watched a Dylan O'Brien movie that was unexpectedly good. It was
He's pretty
Love
good
and
in things,
Monsters.
period.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's pretty good at
So,
stuff. Yeah.
but it's a real toss up about like the quality of the stuff he turns up in because he's a guy who will like take money to play a role and do his best in it.
Yeah.
So like he actually, I know he'll work hard, but that does not tell me if the rest of the movie will be good.
Exactly. We just gotta wait and see, I suppose. I mean, was there any buzz about it from like the film festival it was at, or like nothing, like anything?
No, it was just there.
Ooh,
It was just there.
Well, so that's the fun part
it-
about film festivals, right? They have like exclusive rights, and then they just kind of leave projects. So it might air at this film festival, and that's just it.
That might be it. It might just die there. Yeah.
Wow.
Whereas,
You
So
see
at
that
least this
movie?
one's
Which
out.
one? I'm having a flashback. I see what I did there. Run credits.
roll credits.
All right. Show my next piece of news, good sir.
There you go.
Rude. So I'm going to talk about this briefly because otherwise I'll like have a conniption and start complaining about capitalism. But Avengers Campus is opening up in California Disney, so that's something. It's apparently going to involve. It apparently involves, classic actors. There will be themed food, themed stores. Oh, a bunch of MCU actors showed up for the opening, which is pretty cool. Paul Rudd looked good in a pink suit.
Ooh. Okay, so I want to pause you there. So there was a video on Twitter, and I would like to show it here.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Please mostly enjoy. We're going to skip around a little because it's got the Avengers theme in it, and haha, not in my bell house.
From Falcon
We
and
don't
Winter
wanna get
Soldier,
sued.
the real Captain America, Anthony Mackie.
What a ride it's been. I've loved being a part of these movies, and now with Disney Plus, this series. It was an emotional moment for me in the film.
Ain't got
It
no
was,
idea,
it was an emotional moment for me to be in these films, and when Sam Wilson finally became Captain America, it was a moment that was all about the future. A moment where kids of all races can look at Captain America and maybe see a little bit of themselves. I'm so proud to be a part of the cinematic universe and now a part of all this. So with that, it is my honor to introduce, for the first time in Avengers Campus, Captain America. Captain America belongs in Avengers Campus.
Yeah, so it was kind of funky to see that Anthony Mackie, Captain America, pass the shield to someone playing him, Captain America, when he just got past the shield through his series. It was just kind of funny.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's like,
I mean, I'm
just
sure
got
it'll be
the
cool.
shield.
Right? I have expected John Walker to run up there.
Oh
fuck,
man.
no.
Someone would drop kick immediately.
Like
That would be an issue, That like if they have people playing Steve's Captain America, what if they look like John Walker? Ah!
right. It could be such a that's bonkers.
Oh man.
I guess we'll manage the issue if it comes up.
It's true.
I suppose. I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna get my money, but they're most likely probably gonna get my money.
They're
some point.
gonna
I'm
get
probably
my
gonna get
money.
them.
They've got a whole
Yeah.
Sorcerer Supreme segment, and the Pym Test Kitchen is a whole
Yeah.
food place, and they got weird toys you
Yeah.
can take home because if you pay extra. They're taking my money,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Damn.
and I still gotta go to
Pursue
Star Wars Land.
capitalism. I also
Whatever.
gotta go to Star Wars Land.
Yeah, same here too. I mean, whatever capitalism, whatever. I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna complain the entire time. Doesn't matter.
I'm not
But,
gonna
I mean-
complain. I'm gonna be at the
I mean-
happiest little boy there.
No, I'm gonna complain because as a full-on grown adult, I have the right to complain. I earn that right, and I'm gonna
10
do
for
it.
And to earn the
also-
money you're spending there, yes.
What, you're gonna complain
Exactly.
about all the little Marvel lights running around?
That's right, exactly. But I'm still gonna enjoy myself there. Move over, kid. I'm buying that lightsaber. Shut up. Move.
You were there when the
Give
first
you a
one
lightsaber.
happened. Like,
What, you're a Star Wars fan? So this is real for you?
Oh man.
I was born
Night.
in it.
Oh jeez.
Put the Bane voice away.
Jeez.
All right.
I didn't see a
That's
petulant
interesting.
child till I was already a man.
Oh my god.
Shut your mouth. The design looks great. Like, of course it does. It looks really cool. God fucking damn it.
God damn it. I guess
On to my next piece of news,
Good
which
for
I'm
it.
less angry about.
It looks great. God damn it.
God damn it.
Oh jeez.
So, if all of us gaming losers remember, last year E3 was canceled. They just didn't do it.
Whap whap.
This year, E3 is not canceled. It'll be
No.
online, though, for safety reasons. And they've dropped their schedule. We're looking at presentations from Ubisoft, Gearbox, GameSpeed, Xbox and Bethesda, Square Enix, Warner Bros. Games, question mark. We've got Razer and Capcom doing something, question mark. Verizon, unfortunately. Nintendo will be doing things, which I'll let Red give you some more details on. And we've got Bandai Namco, GameSpot, like, they're gonna be all over the fucking map on this one.
But
Please.
no one PlayStation? Like not PlayStation themselves?
No,
Doesn't
PlayStation.
look like
Sony-
PlayStation.
No, I think
Yeah.
PlayStation's still out. They're still doing their own state of play thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, fair enough, especially online, that kind of makes more sense.
Yeah.
Specific-
You know Sony doesn't play well with others. You know that already.
No, I know, but like, there's all those other partners that they have, right? So that's why I just wasn't sure if they were gonna how that was gonna work because Capcom and all those guys. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, but we'll
Sure.
obviously that can play out later with other companies too. So
Yeah, we will see. We will see.
Mhm.
But specifically, as you can tell by the giant Ubisoft logo on there, I'm going to mention some of their announcements. They're going to be talking about some Assassin's Creed DLC because we've only had the one DLC, Wrath of Druids, for Assassin's Creed Valhalla thus far, but they say that there will be 2 more, including one apparently called The Siege of Paris, which I have so many question marks about that one. Like, I'm not the best at Viking history, I'll be real. I haven't put a lot of effort into it. But I can't think of a time when they made it all the way to fucking Paris. Like, I guess their ships could probably take the Seine all the way there, but like, what? What?
but like historically, it doesn't make sense either way.
When did that happen, boy? I'm confused.
I'm with
God,
you.
guys, come on. You're talking about Vikings here.
Mhm.
There's the guys. They have winged horses. How else did you get over there? Think about it. Think, guys.
It's
Think.
So inland.
Stop.
It's so inland.
But also, oh no, we had another thing for the French to lose. Anyway.
You mean like all the wars? Let's go.
Like every single war they've ever been in, yes. No, that's not true. They've won a few. But-
Essie Lee, I know will appreciate that.
Against themselves. Okay, let's go.
Aw.
Wow.
Yeah, against a regency
I mean,
shirt.
if you go to the French Military History Museum, they sure like to claim they were important in World War II.
They sure like to wave their. I'm wondering, like, when you walk into that museum, is it just like a whole bunch of differently framed pictures of white flags?
No.
Damn.
Oh, interestingly, there was only one Canadian uniform in the entire museum, though they had lots from pretty much everywhere else in the Allies. I wasn't salty.
To any Parisian listeners out there, I'm pretty sure there isn't any, but if there happens to be any, like one, we are so sorry, kind of not.
Look, Napoleon's tomb was super pretty. I don't know, man. It was weird seeing a French perspective when my normal perspective was the French actually didn't do a lot. Sorry.
Shit.
They did a lot. They did a lot of losing. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Shit.
Okay, anyway. They're also apparently announcing something to do with a Rainbow Six project, which will be given a new title, though its working title up till this point has been Rainbow Six Quarantine. I'm glad they're dropping that, given, the state of the world.
Gestures
see.
broadly.
Yeah. Oof. I think it'll be neat. I don't know. Red, you had a different bunch of E3 announcements that you were excited for. What were they again?
Nintendo Direct.
Oh my lord.
Nintendo Direct, we have a date. So on June 15th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I think that's 10 a.m. here.
Ish.
We're getting a Nintendo Direct as part of E3. And we're getting a Smash Bros. Character.
Mhm.
We're hoping so.
It just seems so. The long running theory of this is that, okay, well, if Nintendo doesn't either plays in E3 space some years or really doesn't, or like that drastically does their own thing.
Right.
Yes.
However,
Mhm.
being as they are officially connected and put E3 2021 in their title, it
Yeah.
is suspect to believe that there's a reason they're a part of E3 this year. And that reason is one of the other people that might be showing things throughout this season,
Mhm.
starting on Thursday, June 10th,
Mhm.
with the Summer Games Fest, which, by the way, we are official co-streamers of, so tune in that date next week, Thursday, for us streaming that. For us streaming that live here on twitch.tv/nerdcrusade.
Mhm.
It's highly rumored that the next Smash Bros. Character is going to be Crash Bandicoot.
Are they?
I don't.
At least he
want
doesn't have a
it.
sword.
Yeah, but I don't want it.
Neither
I
do
understand.
But you know who's gonna play it? Red.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Crash Bandicoot. I'm a weirdo character kind of player. It is what it is. I haven't
Yeah,
rasped
you
my-
are, Mr. Game and Watch.
Shit.
What she's referring to is on Mondays we've started streaming some gaming, and which everybody decides they're gonna come kick my ass when I play Game and Watch. Anyway,
Oh no! I
Game and
just
Watch
I,
and
I
Sans. Those are the
genuinely
unforgivable.
I genuinely kick anybody's ass. Yours is just there.
You just have an ass.
Yeah. If
Good
you get in the way,
stuff.
you dead.
but yes, that is the current big rumor for who is going to be our next Smash Brothers character. I'm very excited. I'm very excited that we've got an official date for Nintendo Direct, and it's not that far away.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Especially when their partners Bandai Namco are going like directly after them.
Mhm.
Bandai Namco being a part of the team that helped build the engine that runs Smash Bros. Ultimate is good stuff.
You know, we're looking forward to it.
In some Marvel news,
Mhm.
we have some behind-the-scenes pictures from She-Hulk.
Go on.
Featuring...
I have so many eyes emojis in your general direction.
So I'll continue. So, the first thing that people tend to notice was on the back of that crew person's sweater is the She-Hulk logo, the Scarlet Witch logo, and a little green dot on top of the M of the Scarlet Witch. So that's kind of representing 3 projects that maybe this person has been on.
Okay.
So that's kind of neat. Very obviously, to the left, we've got her cousin showing up.
Heyo.
Already in mocap. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because it was kind of tentative that he was going to show up or what. This is another one of those Marvel's worst kept secrets.
Yeah.
Last week, we reported
Marvel's
on...
not great at the secrets.
Not really. Especially when they're like a big, huge brand and anybody with a camera can shoot in their general direction.
Yeah. True. True.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we also have Anais Almont. That is this girl in red here.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the same person that was in Orphan Black.
Nope, that's not her.
Don't think so, no.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know if that is going to be She-Hulk or if that's just another actress or what the case is, but they look good in their costumes, so oh well.
I'll take
time
it.
will tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
time will tell.
Lastly, as like some weirdo news,
Oh, fuck.
it's Mcfarland time, y'all.
Oh, God,
Jesus
why?
Christ.
Tell me more.
So
Okay.
Spawn Universe is #1 is coming out in the next couple months here, and it is going to feature a whole bunch of stories featuring a whole different kinds of Spawn, some new villains, a new She Spawn because Todd McFarlane be damned. It is all.
I can't wait for Space Wizard Spawn.
Base Wizard
What?
Spawn.
Listen, what if I told you the return of Cygor is coming, featuring art by Jim Chang.
Okay.
All right.
Cygor
Cygor.
being a cybernetic gorilla. Cygor.
Just repeat that. What? A cybernetic fucking what now?
Gorilla.
What is this, Transformers? Literally just the Optimus
Optimus
Prime.
Prime.
Gorilla Grodd?
Yeah,
Are
this
we
dude's
watching
gonna
Beast Wars?
maximize all over the page here.
Oh my
Gorilla
God.
Grodd?
Listen, I did this last time, but I'm apologizing right now again for Image Comics. I'm so sorry, guys.
So on
You don't have
screen,
to apologize, but it's
to the
appreciated.
leftmost, you were talking about In Space Spawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is Gunslinger Spawn.
This
This
is
is what?
Gunslinger Spawn.
Well, I mean, this is an idea that we've already touched upon with Spawn, so I'm not astounded by this one because it's happened before. But like,
Oh God.
yeah, well, now we've opened the realm to do many other things. So I want Space Wizard Spawn. I want Beautiful Joe Spawn. I want Chef Spawn.
Beautiful Joe
I want-
Spawn.
What
So-
about Dante
Mhm.
Spawn?
Also in some McFarlane news, McFarlane Toys is not only releasing action figures from the McFarlane line of the new
Because of course.
James Gunn's Suicide Squad,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
characters from this upcoming Spawn series,
Oh my God.
including Violator in both his forms. Or sorry, that's Violator and Malbolgia.
Take that back. Take that back right now. Put him away. Send him back to the depths.
You can't
That
because he's
angel-
released.
S to the
and
P
that
to the
angel
Ani.
above him
S to the P to
is
the A
known.
to the Ani. S to the P to the A to the
Stop.
Stop.
That angel above him is known as Redeemer. Yes, Redeemer.
And
That's
he's
his
getting a
name.
backup in Spawn Universe #1.
Yeah. So Redeemer in that universe is the archangels that come down and wipe the floor with spawns.
Hilarious.
So when you
Good
make a
job.
spawn, Redeemers come down and they handle the business. Except for this one couldn't handle this spawn because this spawn is a badass. So Redeemer had to like put it behind him, like, you're not a bad Spawn, let's team up. So Spawn and Redeemer became besties for a while. And then Spawn became an angel boy. He got his wings.
Wild.
Listen,
Aw. Good for him.
those that watched our Spawn episode, which is really good, by the way.
Oh, we had
I
so
like-
much fun making that one, and by that I mean we
Honestly.
all suffered.
Exclusively that.
Mhm.
Spawn Universe #1 is on my pull list from Variant.
Classic.
And when its time comes for that book to be reviewed, it is very possible it might land on our show.
I knew you hated me, but I didn't realize you hated me this much.
We
Oh,
usually
my God.
throw the choice of these comics to our audience on Twitter at Crusade Nerd and Instagram at Nerd Crusade. And if they pick it, that's on them and not me.
The world doesn't need
I
a she
have a
Spawn,
question.
and yet we have this. We have a she
you-
Spawn,
you-
and she doesn't even
you
look
got a
like
question?
Spawn. She just looks like a girl with guns. But I mean, all right, cool. I'm not complaining because I like girls with guns, but I mean, man, she's gotta
I-
make sense, man.
I'm just curious about this Gunslinger Spawn. Is it like a
It's Old
new
West Spawn.
host? But like,
It's Spawn in
Okay,
the
but-
Old West. It's not the same
It's
dude.
old-
It's a different
it's-
dude with the same spawn.
Yeah, it's old prospect Spawn.
Yeah,
old Prospect Spawn.
yeah. He's gonna come out of
To
a toy
let
box
you-
and go hunting out of
to let you know-
Anyway,
Yeah, to let you know, Beastie, there's been many Spawns, not just Al Simmons. There's been
No,
ones
of
before
course.
him, right?
Yeah,
So
like
there's
Ghost
been
Riders
ones-
or anything.
Exactly. So this one's from a different
and
era
there's
of time.
Future Spawn, and Future Spawn looks stupid, and I love it.
Yeah, but Medieval Spawn is totally badass. And that's the only design I like because Medieval badass.
The
Medieval
fact
Spawn
that
is
it's
really good.
2021 and we're having a Spawn conversation is peak stupid.
I'm
Yeah.
actually suffering.
I don't know why the 90s keeps coming back for some reason. I don't know why. It wasn't good then. It's not good now. But all right,
Damn
we're
you,
back.
Adam
back.
X, you brought this far forth.
Fuck.
Oh,
But
man.
anyway,
So, old Prospector Spawn. Okay.
before we continue on to some more news, we're going to run ourselves a little ad. If you don't want to watch the ad, you can subscribe to us during this month.
Your
and-
call.
Yeah. For $4.99 for Tier 1. With that in mind, see you in 60 seconds.
Gunslinger Spawn.
Gunslinger Spawn is fucking dope.
I want Dog Walker Spawn.
That's an actual.
Dog
Who?
Walker?
Dog Walker Spawn. Postman Spawn.
No, you're just making these
Um,
names. Damn it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I'm actually really excited by the concept of nurse practitioner spawn.
There you
Stop.
go. There it is.
What about
There
Janitor
it is.
Spawn?
No, yeah. No.
Somebody's
Of
got to
course.
clean up Spawn's mess.
There you go. There you guys are getting it. There you guys are getting it.
It's not the Redeemer.
Yo, the Redeemer's cool. Leave him alone.
I said it wasn't the Redeemer. That's all I said. I never
Listen,
bashed him.
the Todd father is so fucking hype about all this on his own fumes. It is stupid, and I love it all.
I can't wait for Fitness Guru Spawn. That's my favorite one. Yogurt and
Yoga
Spawn.
instructor.
4,
Yes. Look
3,
at put
2,
Spawn in yoga pants,
1.
please.
Pilates Spawn. Okay, let's go.
Is it not
All
your news now, good sir?
I guess it's my turn. Oh, look what you did to the image. Good on you. Thank you. Thank you. You knew exactly what to do. All right.
Donkey.
Yeah, let's make it
Instructions
nice
read
and
loud
short
and
and
clear,
sweet.
sir.
Make it nice and short and sweet. So Amber Heard
Amber Donkey. Sorry.
Mara
Fix-
herself.
and her and her agents seem to be throwing her name out and out and about to join any fucking long-term successful franchise because I'm pretty sure outside of Aquaman 2, she ain't getting any fucking work.
Good.
Yeah, this cry for attention comes from the deep-seated need for relevancy. So far, the list of potential projects she wants to be part of and not limited to are as follows.
Oh fuck.
Oh Jesus.
Star Wars.
Fuck off.
Star Wars, a Mara Jade project for that matter.
She can go
for those who
fuck
don't know who Mara Jade is,
From Mara Jade.
see now the person who wanted to get really heated from that comment spoke up. I thank you for noticing. Thank you for realizing exactly. It got me bad too when I read that too. I was just like, oh, shut up.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly. Pirates of the Caribbean. Although I'm sure they won't never do that to Johnny.
Fuck. Fuck
And-
no. Fuck.
That is
No.
insult. That is insult to many
fuck?
injuries.
That is
Mhm.
nothing she should be touching. The fucking Caribbean would have fucking eat her up. Fuck her. Sorry. Fuck her. Jesus. I'm
The
sorry.
Kraken can come after her personally.
Oh, 100%. First scene, boom, dead. Continue. Sorry.
This only comes because the new Pirates of the Caribbean is coming out is actually a reboot, so it's not supposed to be anything with Jack Sparrow anymore. So she technically can't show up in that shit. But I'm pretty sure.
Show up and die. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they won't do that to Johnny. And the last recent bit that she tried to add her name to was Fantastic Beasts, and the entire
Series is already a garbage fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What
I
is
mean, at
adding
this point, you can.
Yeah. What does adding
you-
propane to it now do?
Oh well, at this point, you can either to Star Wars or Fantastic Beasts. I mean, movie wise, they're both not doing very well, right? So,
Look,
I mean,
Star
sure.
Wars has never had to be good.
Right? It just needs to be entertaining. With
It
her,
needs
I
to
know.
be there.
Yeah, she won't be as entertaining. I know. When she said Mara Jade, I was like, you do you even know who that is? You're just saying names now.
You just saying a redhead? You just picked a redhead and went, I want to play her. Back the
Yeah.
fuck up, madame.
Get out of here. But yeah, I'm sure there's more names of titles she's gonna probably try to throw her name attached and try to get attached to. I'm pretty sure more of them will show up. But please, y'all, don't listen to that. And
Where's a
Just-
rolled up newspaper when you need one?
yeah,
The only thing she should be attached to is herself in a fucking garbage can. Fuck her.
Wow.
I don't give two fucks.
Whoa,
The
that's so
only, listen,
dumb.
I'll do you one better.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
The only things she should be a part of is the machinery of a garbage compactor.
Damn.
Shit.
I support it.
From what I know, I think Jason Momoa is helping pen a bit of Aquaman 2 with Jade Wan. So maybe they might reduce her shit in there. Hopefully, maybe.
Fingers
Please,
crossed.
Jason.
So.
Jason Momoa, sir.
But yeah, that's the news of.
The redhead we do not speak of.
Exactly. She
He who
will not
must
be
not
named.
be named.
That's right. There it is. In other news, though, filming for Thor: Love and Thunder has wrapped, and now we run to the editing room to finish off the last bit of touches before this movie comes out. Yeah. So just safe to say that the MCU is in full motion and everything seems to be resuming as of June, because in June, in just a few days, and actually less than a week, because June 9th is the first episode of Loki.
Nice.
Mhm. And FYI, for all those listening, WandaVision, Loki, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness, also known as Doctor Strange Into the Mom, are all connected.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can see in some clips that Loki is standing with a woman. If you've been following the news that either we've shared or that people that have leaked it online with on-set images,
Mm-hmm.
this statement is high-key proven.
And what were the properties again that were connected again?
WandaVision, Loki, Spider-Man: No Way Home,
Yep.
and Doctor Strange: Into the Mom.
All right. I'm
Don't
ready.
say it like that. All I can think of is Doctor Strange trying to hook up with my mom. That's weird.
Ah!
That's why I keep saying this. That's why I keep saying it like that.
The good doctor can get any patient he wants. Anyway.
Absolutely not.
Yes. He's a
Stay away
humble
from
man.
my mom, Steven.
He's a humble man. Jesus.
Just let you guys know, if you remember Chris Hemsworth being really huge in each of his Thor movies and looking quite bigger in each installment, and plus the Avengers films, he's tripled his size for this movie, man.
Yeah, I've seen the size of his arms. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Okay. So I saw this too, right?
Mhm.
And I thought, for some reason, I could be wrong, but I thought I saw it from famous artist Boss Logic, who does different renditions of different hero TV shows and art picks of his own. I thought he took the pic and I thought he edited it, so I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "Did he just
No.
swole his arms?" And then I saw an actual image and I was like, "Oh, that's literally his arms. The man's
Yeah,
literally more swollen than fucking The Rock himself."
yeah. The Thor, like
Like-
Chris Hemsworth, is getting bigger and bigger from each installment. he's
I got a
he's massive,
question.
huge in this one, man.
Mm.
My question is, would anybody else pay to see The Rock and Chris Hemsworth arm wrestle? Or just
Yes.
Now you just want to see Chris Hemsworth die, right? Because have you guys seen The Rock's actual have you seen The Rock's size in
We
like,
looked at him
comparison to
last
the other
week.
people? Dude, the dude is like, I don't know if you noticed, but like Chris Hemsworth is a big guy, but The Rock is fucking big, dude.
like
Yeah.
Look,
I get it,
I
but
actually just want them to go out for a drink. Like, go have fun.
Honestly, that too.
yeah, just go get a Norse kind of like fuck around, find out kind of drink. Oh yeah.
I just want to see that. That'd be dope.
Well, and that is all my news for this week, y'all.
Dope. Some good stuff. Some good roasting
You know what
sessions.
that
Hey.
means.
I do.
So- This week, we bring to you a weird comic.
Oh.
This book is
We put up a poll.
yeah. Go
We
for
put
it.
up a poll on Twitter, as we do almost every week, unless we've got pre-selected content we're doing for a bit or something, like the Miles Morales clone saga that's ongoing that we'll be continuing to cover. So pop back in to check that out when the next issue comes out. But when we're not doing something we've chosen ahead of time, we leave it to the fans. And this week, what did the fans choose for us, Red?
The Nice House on the Lake.
Does it have an
Written by
address?
James Tynion IV, with art by Alvaro Martinez Bueno, and edited by Jordi Belair.
So the big thing is actually, it doesn't need an address, Chino.
Mhm.
And we're going to get into why.
Okay. How nice is this
So-
house? Let's go.
It's a very nice house. Credit where credit is due.
Mhm.
And I just want to say before we even get started, the art style, I fucking dig it. It's very much an indie comic sort of art style. You know, like the kind of thing where it's almost sketchy but not quite. Everything is very textured. The colors are interesting because they're not necessarily bold, but they're very incisive. They draw your eyes to the right places on the page, and it's a very effective strategy for both conveying, what you should be looking at and also generally setting the tone. Like the very first panel, the background is orange to the main character's dingy brown and gray clothes and her blue hair.
Okay.
So it forces you to look at the shape in the background, and there is a weird shape, before you focus on the character. And because she's also beautifully framed by the weird shape,
Right.
10 out of 10. So it opens with this character adjusting a bandage over her eyes as she tells you a story about how she met somebody. It was at a friend thing with some guy, with a bunch of her friends. They'd done it a whole bunch over the course of the summer. And there was this one dude, Walter, who always sat at the end of the table and mostly just listened. He would laugh, he'd say stuff occasionally, but mostly he just listened unless someone directly spoke to him. But one night, he asked her a question. He said, "How do you think the world will end?" And the next page is got a great layout. It's the first panel where he asked that question is full page length, and then it's a 2-page spread. So it's a full page length for about a fifth of the page, showing him sitting there comfortably, eyes obscured by his glasses, which they are in pretty much every image. And
like Kevin from Sin City.
He looks like he's doing the like anime glasses push perpetually. Yeah. So they talk about it, and this one has got a lot of warm shots. Yeah. It's got a lot of warm colors. It's still that sort of textured style. And our main character discusses how she thinks that the world ending won't be the world ending exactly. It'll just be the collapse of society. That she thinks, yeah, very much so. She thinks it'll be something small, and theoretically humanity won't die, but the world will be completely changed, and everything we know and love will be gone. And then she jokes that, that makes her an optimist, haha, don't tell anybody. And and she's like, all right, how do you think it's going to end? And he's like, I don't know. I'm still trying to decide. But it does help to talk about it, I think. We should continue this conversation. And that's the basis of their friendship, was allegedly meeting up to talk about the end of the world and do research or whatever. And they'd hang out. And she was pretty sure that he had feelings for her, but he never really made a thing of it. But he just stood by the side watching everyone all the time. And as she talks about, the way they interacted with each other, she puts on this, what looks like almost like a rebreather kind of face covering mask on the lower part of her face, pops up her hood because it's raining, and it starts walking up these stairs covered in weird fucking symbols. I say covered, there are weird statues all along the upside that, like, someone who's really excited about curves and, like, the letter C got to make an art exhibition. That's kind of the vibe. But the whole time, everything is so very orange. It's almost like everything around her is a little bit on fire.
Right. So, following that, it's a flashback to an email from this guy, Walter. And it is inviting her to stay at the house.
At this house
nice
on the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
From June 14th to the 20th, along with a bunch of other people. And he says it's very important to him. He sends some pictures. He says that he'll send a detailed itinerary as they get closer. And, quote, "If you need to be strong-armed into coming, let me know and I'll unleash my very strong arms."
See, like, that's an innocent joke until you read the rest of the book.
Yeah. You're like, oh, haha, Walter, you weird guy. He also opens the email, "Hello, all you beautiful monsters," which I think is vaguely concerning, but whatever. Again, it's a joke until you read the rest of the book. See, our main character, her name is Ryan Kane, and she gets introduced properly as she approaches the house, walking up this long-ass lane, and the way it works is a little picture is thrown up on the front, and it introduces her. I say picture. It's a small rectangle that dubs her the artist. It shows us a weird little symbol, a circle with some dots, gives us her age, says she's, quote, part of the New York cluster, and she was first encountered 5 years ago in Greenpoint as friend of the comedian's then girlfriend, chosen in Brooklyn, New York 6 months ago. When Ryan gets to the stairs up to the house, there's someone already waiting for her. And they're like, "Oh, hey, I kind of know you." And they joke about how fucking nice this place is and how abysmal that is and how just completely ridiculous it is. She also, interestingly, you can tell this was written during the Backstreet Boys concert because Ryan wears a mask, a face mask, up to the house. And then she gets her temperature checked with one of those like no contact scanners before she's allowed inside.
Hmm.
The
How
person who
timely.
meets her, yeah. The person who meets her is called the writer, Nora Jacobs, who is suggested to be transgender, which is pretty cool. And she was chosen 18 months ago. I don't feel the
Chosen.
need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to go through all of them. It becomes a whole bunch in a hot second here.
Yeah, this issue spends a lot of its time just introducing characters, which you
Mhm.
gotta do if you're gonna have a big cast, I guess. But I did think it kind of struggled with pacing as a result.
It's true.
Okay.
I imagine the next issue not having to do this is going to be miles better. But
Yeah,
the
agreed.
thing that the writer and the artist both talk about before they go in, the writer brings up that this is way too fucking nice of a house.
Yeah, like it's unreally nice. Like this is supernaturally nice of a house.
Mhm.
Then we meet a new
And
character named
the comedian.
yeah.
He knows the writer, or sorry, the artist already. Because he's how Walter met her. And they hug, and he's like, "Wow, I just thought this was gonna be high school and college people, but I guess you're here too. That's neat." And they're like, "All right, I guess we're gonna wander around." They meet the accountant, they meet the scientist.
So the accountant. Now, it's shown later that they're actually like an accountant, but until I read further into the book, I thought it was like the TikTok kind of accountant,
Oh my god.
and he was just playing into a
Stop
joke.
this.
Nope. She's actually an accountant.
Yeah.
She seems nice. She's wearing what looks like almost a sports jersey or something. And they're mostly just talking about like, ooh, maybe we can ask Walter for a telescope. The scientist apparently works for NASA, which is pretty cool of her.
Which is very important.
Yeah.
So
We get the reporter,
yeah. And then we get the acupuncturist.
which is a really weird thing to specify, I'll be honest.
Like, thanks, man.
And they make some jokes about cell service. Like, if anyone has cell service out here, I want to know what this house is worth and which billionaire owns it. Because they can't see any other houses. Just none at all. Not from here.
Yeah, it's literally just a house on a lake for miles and miles around.
Yeah. By itself. And interestingly, when someone realizes I say someone, the reporter realizes that Ryan is the artist. He's like, fuck, is Reg not coming? I saw artists on the itinerary and I just assumed. I really wanted to catch up with him. And apparently he wasn't invited. And yeah, then of course he's like, sorry, glad to meet you. And she's like, yeah, we've met actually. And he's like, okay, fuck.
Mm.
We meet the consultant who works for the Democratic National Committee,
Yeah, the DNC.
if you will. Interestingly, she seems a little bit weirded out by someone's presence. She says he seriously invited her. I thought that whole thing was over, which is interesting because it might be about Ryan, but I guess it could also be about the writer. It's really hard to tell when they play the pronoun game. Then we get the doctor shows up, the
Haha.
pianist. Haha. Again, oddly specific. Like, some of these sound almost like cartoon roles, and then you get the acupuncturist. No one goes by the acupuncturist. What?
The masseuse, or per se, like it's so
So-
oddly specific.
Yeah.
Right?
So now that we've
Fucking
introduced all of the
Fucking Colonel
characters,
Mustard.
see, like, hold on to that thought though.
Oh, jeez.
I know. I already know where this is going because the setup is very, very movie-like. So I already know where this is turning to. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So finally, with all of our cast introduced, Walter comes home. Comes to meet them, and was like, "Hey, let's put some steaks on the fucking barbecue. Let's go." And then we get a glimpse of the
Of a-
email from Walter to Ryan.
Yep. So he talks about how it was harder to get everyone he wanted than he expected. That there were meant to be 15 people invited, but only 12 are coming, which is disappointing. But probably he thinks other people will be more disappointed in the long term. He attaches information about how to get there. He creates little name placards for everyone that'll be placed around the house because he thinks it's fun, and it includes like little symbols and stuff that'll designate their room and their stuff. And she is rooming with the writer who we first met. He also just says, quote, "I couldn't be happier that you're going to make it. It wouldn't be the same without you." We then get a very, very blue scene where they're just like out and most of the dialogue is actually just honest to God squiggly lines because it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the Peanuts parents talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on screen now. Like it's super blue.
Yeah.
But as we move throughout the scenes here, Ryan starts to look at some social media.
Yeah, and her first words are, "What the holy shit? No." And we get another big giant 2-page spread full of various Twitter posts that are really fucked up. Some of my favorites include, "My mom just called me screaming that her skin was coming off in pieces. I don't know what to do. She's 2 hours outside of New York."
My favorite on this page is, "My brother was on Twitch with me when whatever happened. Content warning, melting eyeballs."
My other favorite is, "There is something in the sky behind the fire. Look behind the fire at the color that hurts your eyes." It's a lot. It's a lot. A lot. We could go into all of them, honestly, but we shouldn't because content. So basically, people are like melting or dying or catching fire. Everything is burning in New York specifically. And it doesn't go too hard on the horrible imagery, but it doesn't not have imagery.
Yeah, it's nothing overly graphic, but people are holding their eyeballs.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Sorry, before we continue.
Yes.
Just seeing these names, like these usernames, and they're so like, some of them are just wild and some of them are just interesting. But I saw one that was like Billy Boy 18 plus OnlyFans $5. And I was like, they really were making this like realistic as possible. I don't know, it's just interesting.
Listen, and
But
the
it's cool.
fact is that really could be someone's Twitter account. It's so dumb, but I love it so much.
It's a cool involvement that they were like, you know what, let's make this like Twitter feed like an actual like Twitter, and it was just funny to see that compared like to like the mayor's like weird texting, like screaming on Twitter and all that. But it's just funny. I don't know. It was interesting.
It's determinedly grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan runs over to everybody else and starts talking about, "Shut the fuck up, something's wrong." And they're like, "What?" And she's like, "New York is gone." And passes her phone to the reporter, who goes, "Holy shit, where's the TV in this place?" So they go check it out, and there's an emergency broadcast from, the United States, blah, blah, blah. And they start talking about, we need to contact someone. We need to figure out a way to go check on people. How do we leave? What if they attack Chicago? And Ryan kind of looks over at Walter and goes, "I guess the conversation is over. You picked." And people are like, what are you talking about?"
Yeah, context, please.
And Ryan's like, "Just tell them. Don't pretend this isn't what it is." And he's like, "All right, so you guys actually can't leave." And they're like, "Pardon?" Now, here the art style changes to not quite black and white, but grays and blues and stark contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sick. So Walter explains that there's actually nowhere else for them to go to. Nowhere that matters, anyway. This house, this lake, these beautiful woods around us, this is what's left. Everyone else out there are dead or they will be dying shortly. And he brought them here specifically because he wanted to save you from what, quote, "my people were going to do to your planet." He's not going to explain it. What he is or why they did this. Just wants them to continue to think of him as their friend. And that's why he's arranged for this, so that they could actually live out the rest of their days happy and in peace and, having a good time, other than the fact that they actually can never leave again.
Yeah, guys, you're not my roommates. You're my pets. It's different. I take care of you. There's nothing wrong here.
Yeah.
And also the last vestige of humanity.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So the writer in particular takes this very poorly and tries to swing at him with a poker. Unfortunately, it actually just passes straight through him with some really fucked up imagery. He sort of goes ghosty.
And not like the Danny Phantom way. So,
damn it, that's gonna be a joke.
To show this, I need to put a content warning.
Yeah, it's not like gore, but it is fucking weird.
So,
and it shows a little bit of a skull.
There's going to be some blood, and it's a little bit gory. So, this is your content warning.
Yeah,
it's on screen.
Like
now.
It's not invincible levels of gore, but it's not clean.
Okay.
So she takes a swing at him. It passes right through him. They go, "Hey, what the fuck?" And before she can swing again, her arm sort of breaks or explodes or something. And then Walter doesn't even pretend to be a person anymore. He's just this wavery form thing. And he's like, I get that you're hurting, but this was the right call. And I'll check on you every now and then. We can toast to the old world. Until then, have fun, and I love you all. And then he fucking disappears. And they're all left, trying to make sure the writer is okay, freaking the fuck out. And it pans out slowly to an image of the house reflected, or the house being the only light in a very dark image reflected in the water. It also does this on a mostly white page, which is pretty cool. And it tells us that it is to be continued.
Wow.
Ta-da!
What the fuck?
Correct.
Looks like you're all stuck in purgatory.
Welcome to not quite hell, buddy.
Welcome to the end times.
Looks like you're in limbo.
Yeah, this book was
It's
wild.
Weird.
Like, I verbally went, oh shit, when, like, his corporeal form was interrupted.
Yeah, you're like, okay, what's up with Walter? And then you're like, oh fuck, what's up with Walter?
Oh, well, I'm putting my money that Walter is a motherfucking angel. And
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
we're
I
going through the
imagine so.
apocalypse at the moment. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at it.
Yeah.
He's very much not a part of this world.
Huh.
And but he does, to some extent, like humanity enough to pick his favorites and put them in a pretty glass box.
Guys, God said I'm allowed to have 5 pets. Guess what?
I actually picked 12.
But I was
You
gonna pick
are my
15.
disciples.
I'll admit, it's caught my interest. I want to know more. I am so confused, and I love horror. And this isn't like, ooh, I'm going to be horrifying because, gore. This is horrifying because what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I get that.
Jesus.
No, he's not here. This is why they're going through this. Maybe he is back, and this is why they're going through this. I don't know how the rules are.
Hard to say.
This is Revelations.
Yeah, I'm guessing he came back, so this is where we're going through this right now. Oh.
Damn. This is.
I want to find out.
Can you imagine? Does Jesus Airbnb? Is this his house?
Huh?
I'm gonna stop.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
God.
So on that note, I'm definitely picking up issue 2 for sure, just to see like what
Same.
this comic can like explore and build into now that it's not weighted down by like
Introductions, yeah.
character introductions. What I wanted to draw attention to though was in the back of the book for all of DC's bigger comics. It's a showcase of DC Pride #1, which comes out next week.
Wicked.
Nice.
So, real quick, we're going to go over some characters. They're going to be on screen. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. So, we got Batwoman, a classic. Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Midnighter, our new Flash, our old school Green Lantern, the first appearance of Dreamer, who was in Supergirl and now is making her comic first appearance.
Still weird, but all right.
Yeah, we've got Renee Montoya, the
Well,
Question.
it's a common thing nowadays. We took Harley from TV, put her into comics.
True.
All of them come into that.
It's
I
true.
believe. What's his name? Diggle.
Yep,
From
John Diggle
CW's
from Arrow.
Yeah, he's in print now too. So I mean, they're all transferring
Good for
over
him.
now.
Yep, we've got Aqualad, we've got the Pied Piper, and then it goes into some more Pride and some more Pride variation and more novels that are coming out, especially this Poison Ivy Thorns book
Mm-hmm.
that we have ordered through Variant Edmonton.
Yeah.
Snagglepuss, which is just a fantastic read, exit stage left. It's one part bonkers, one part coming out story. Fucking neat.
Always fucking neat.
We've got all these Pride variants for a whole bunch of their shows, or for a whole bunch of their books. Especially this Nightwing one. Fantastic.
Eyes emoji.
Right? And then we've got some more on Crush and Lobo, which was part of our options this week.
Yeah, and I will be reading that later anyway.
Yeah. So
Right on.
that's a DC showcase of some of their Pride content.
We love to see it.
Yeah. Stay tuned for more Pride for comic characters, as throughout this month we are going to be exploring more of those.
Yep.
This past week was just a sort of general showcase of some characters we wanted to highlight. Tune in next week where things start to get a little bit spicy. With that in mind,
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody
Yeah.
for stopping by this evening. If you want to find out more or vote in our comics every week, except for Clone Saga, you can follow us on Twitter at Crusade Nerd. You can find us on Instagram at Nerd Crusade. You can find our sister show, the Nerd Crusade Podcast, wherever you find them. On Mondays here on Twitch.tv, we are hunting legendaries and beating up Game & Watches in our Monday Night Mixer.
Also pink frogs. Don't forget the pink frogs getting their faces
Absolutely
just bashed
will not.
in.
What we like to do around these parts when we finish, when we are done with our show, is we like to point you at some other content on Twitch. So, with that in mind, we are going to send you all to our LCS and tell them we said hi. With that in mind, we will chat with you later.
Y'all have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.